Hello guys, welcome back to another stream. So it is, I think, our sixth episode of making the mirroring our Facebook, not our, but our series, right? So this is sixth episode, and today we're doing the group space. Okay, so let me just quickly start. Let's build our boilerplate just like that, and let's give it a name called Facebook. What should I give it? Facebook groups, I guess. Just like that. And after that, what I'm going to do is link our CSS file, which is this. So in all of our other mirroring videos, we always made the header, right? But in this video, I'm not gonna be making header because it will just make the stream too long. So I'm just gonna copy the header and paste from our previous code, just like that. It didn't appear. There we go. So this is the header from our previous video. And also I'm going to use what I'm going to do is also link our icons, because as you can see here are all of our icons, but it's not showing in our web page because we haven't linked our font awesome icons. So now we go. There we go. There's icons. And also copy our CSS. So first what I'm going to do here is make our simple code first, and then just start, doing things. So here what I'm going to do is first I am going to copy our header. So with that said, it should make our Facebook. There we go. This is our Facebook header. Come on, it's not responsive because we haven't made it responsive yet. Now after this header, right, after the header tag, what we'll do is make the main container div. So after this, what I'm going to do is make div. I can also do this. I'm just going to type main container and it will make div for me. Inside this, what I'm going to do is type left sidebar. I comment this because this will be our left sidebar. Just comment, right? We're going to use aside here, and oops, just like that. Also, I'm going to use the aside and give it a class called left sidebar. Aside tag is usually used in like sidebars, so I'm going to do that. Also give a div with sidebar header. So this will be our sidebar header. Inside this, I'm going to give it h1 tag with a class of sidebar title, just like that. Sidebar title. Hopefully I don't mess up any spelling. Also give container, because this will not be our sidebar title. This will actually be the container for the sidebar title. Inside this, what I'm going to do is make a h1 tag with a class of sidebar title. So this is the actual sidebar title this time, like that. And this will have, let's say, groups. So this will basically be our groups. Why is it not showing? Something is weird. So what I'm going to do is restart this port. Okay. I think this is because if we just do, I know what's going on. So if we do this, if we do opacity 0, you'll see groups here. Since this position is fixed, what is happening is groups is appearing behind this header. So let me just cut that. There we go. So you'll fix it using CSS, but let's write our HTML structure first, okay? With that said, what I'm going to do is here, after this h1 tag, that is the sidebar title, right? I'm going to make another div here with has a setting icon. So aside of the group's title, there is a setting icon. So I'm basically just building that. We also need an icon, so I'm just going to copy this and change the title of this to cog, like this. What I'm going to do here, first, for now, because you guys cannot see what's happening in the web page anyways, what I'm going to do here is of the header, I'm going to change the opacity of change the opacity to, let's say, 0, so this disappears. And you'll see the actual page. You don't need to see the header file for now, okay? I'm sure we do everything. We'll just make the opacity of the header to, we'll just comment this part out and it'll just work just like that. So, because for now, you guys cannot see anything in the screen except for the nav bar, right? So with that, what I'm going to do here is, after that's done, I'm going to see where the container is. Oops, I made the container h1 tag. I was supposed to do div. So what I'm going to do here is do that, and it should be done. So after that, what I'm going to do here, so next second sidebar is the feed search, right? What I do is type feed search here. Hopefully I don't mess up any spelling again. So this will be our feed search box. Just like that. Inside this, what I'm going to do is put a icon tag, which will be the search icon, right? So here I'm going to change the name to search, just like that. After that, I'm going to put an input tag because this is an input field, am I right? This will have a text type of text. I'm going to cut all of these and put a placeholder that says search groups, and that should be done. After that's done, so after the search box is done, what I'm going to do is, after the feed search is done, what I'm going to do is put here, I'm going to give a UL tag because we'll be making our sidebar menu. So UL tag with a class of sidebar menu, just like that. Inside that, what I'm going to do here is put an li tag, just like that. Inside li tag, what I'm going to do is put an anchor tag. And this will lead to nowhere, obviously, because we haven't made anything else. And which will also have a class of active. So this will be a active li tag. And which will also have a icon. So I'm just going to copy this icon here, just like that. Nope, I was supposed to put it inside the anchor tag, just like that. So this will be your feed. Put here, I'm going to put this to, let's say, RSS. There we go. This will be the Wi-Fi logo. And I'm just going to copy that, put it, let's say, 3 times. The second class will be, I think it doesn't need a class. I'm just going to cut this because it doesn't need anything else except for the thing, so it should be fine. I'm going to change this to compass and this to users, just like that. I'm going to change that. I'm going to change this to discover and that to your groups, just like that. Now with that, I think we should be done. That is our sidebar header, just like that. After our sidebar header, we have our group section. So what I'm going to do here is put group section saying groups and put section here. Inside the section, we're going to do another div, will be groups section header. I'm just seeing I'm double checking the spelling so I don't get the spelling mistake again. So here I'll have a h3 tag saying groups you have joined. This is basically like a title of saying which group the user has joined, obviously. And this will have a button. You guys cannot see anything, hopefully. Okay. Button with a class of create group button. This will be supposedly a button that will let you to create groups. Inside this button, what I'm going to do is put a icon. And copy that, paste here. So this will be an icon of plus, because this is a create group button, right? So with that, I think it should be done. Now next in the list is, that was the header. So after the header, what I'm going to do is make a div for group item, right? So inside this will be a bunch of different items or individual items. So here, what I'm going to do is make one and just copy paste it and change few stuff. Okay. This will be an image tag with a source. Well, first I'll put alternatives. I'll put this to group, and next is class, which will have a class of group avatar. So here, this will basically be a bunch of groups. I'm gonna copy paste this just like that. This will basically just a dummy group. I'm just gonna format the document so I can see better. After this, what I'm going to do is make another div with a group info. So this will be all of the information about the group. I'll make a h4 tag with anime fan group. There we go. So that's done. So this is about one group, right? So this is one group. What I'm going to do is copy this and paste it a bunch of different times. Let's say 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And this will all be, let's just change the name and not the image, because I cannot guarantee all of my stock image is working, because I just took random from internet. Let's say the next is, this group is about photography, and let's see, photography and videography, just like that. Next is about, let's say, Squid Game, random stuff. Oops. And next is about, what should next be? Cooking, I guess. Cooking recipes. There we go. And next, let's say the last one is just travel. Travel adventures. There we go. Adventurers. There we go. I don't know if that makes sense though, but okay, that's fine. So with that, I think we should be done. So after that, what I'm going to do is, so this will be our side left bar. This will all be our left bar here. After this aside tag, what I'm going to do is make the main content. So this will be the actual post that you see in the main page. I'm going to put a comment saying main content, just like that. After that, what I'm going to do is put the main tag with a class of main content. Inside this, what I'm going to do is make a div, say content wrapper. This will basically be a div that will wrap everything. And this will be our individual post. I'm going to do post and S. So this will be all the posts that we see. So I'm gonna make a div with a post. This will be one post, right? So I'm gonna make another div inside that saying post header. This will be the header of our post. I'm gonna make a image tag, which will have a source. But before we put source, I'm just gonna put few stuff, for what is the alternative, and also a class saying post avatar, because this will be the profile picture of the group, various different groups. So here what I want to do is that, and after this div, what I'm going to do is make another div. I'm going to format the document, and after this, what I'm going to do is make another div saying post author. So this will be the name of which group is it. So let's say this is anime fan group, right? So after this, what I'm going to do is, inside this, what I'm going to do is make another div with a class post meta and put a bunch of different stuff. I'm going to make a span tag and copy that 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and fill it up with, let's say, anything. Cutie pie I'm just writing a bunch of nonsense. By anime news and update. If you like anime, hit that like button, guys. Sellout mode. So that's 2 hours, let's see, and that's also another dot. Let's put another dot here and put another I'm just gonna copy this, which is basically an icon, the Earth icon, the Americas, and put another span, which will have a smiley face, just like that, and also have feeling excited. There we go. So that's done with the post author div. After the post author div, what I'm going to do is make another div called post menu. Post menu. So what is it about? Is basically it's all of the what I'm gonna do is wait, let me first show you. You'll understand it right after I do it. I'm gonna put the LSS to LSS H. Not ellipsis, ellipsis. Did I mess up spelling one more time? And yes, I did. Okay, there you go. This will basically be our menu. And here what I'm gonna do is make another for this. I'm gonna copy this, paste here, and change that to types. There we go. This will basically be our close. I should be fine. So after this is the main div, the post header. This will be a post header. After we finish the post header, this is the post content. So here, this will be post content. This will be the main content of the div. I'm gonna start with the image tag because obviously it's for image. I'm gonna give a class to the image saying post image, and I'll have all the anime, whatever, and also have a random stock image, just like that. Yeah, that works. I'm gonna format the document so it becomes like this, and after this, what I'm gonna do is type P here, a paragraph tag with the class of post text, and inside this, what I'm gonna do is just type lorem, just add a bunch of nonsense again, format the document, just like that. And here, after this div finishes, which is our post content, what I'm gonna do is put another div saying post actions. So this is the like, subscribe, not subscribe, like, share you do. This is basically all of the buttons and all of the things that you see of how many likes it was. You can like the video, like the post, like not like the post. Is there a dislike button in Facebook? I don't think so. What I'm gonna do is post action liked. Just like that. I was not supposed to do that, but okay. So post action liked, I'm gonna put another. This will be the liked. Under the post action div, I'm gonna make another. I made another div. Inside this div, I'm gonna make another div, another not div. I'm gonna put a icon that is heart, like that. Should bring a heart. There we go. And also put another span tag telling how many hearts I got. Let's like put 100. No, I get a lot of. I love anime, so anime deserves all of the attention, guys. So after that, what I'm gonna do is copy this, paste here, change that, and recopy that. This will be the like, this will be the comment, this will be the share, and this will be these, so that will be send and this will be share. So what I'm going to do is change this to comment and it should work. There we go. And after that is the changing the button on how many. Here this span tag will change to comment, just like that. After that, what I'm going to do is put this to share and this to send and this also to share. I didn't find one for like exclusive to send and share, so I'm using the same icon, guys. But that said, it should be fine. So after this thing is done, we can finally conclude that the post is done. So I'm seeing where the post starts, just like there. This will be the beginning of the content post. What I'm going to do is copy that, copy this, copy that, paste this bunch more times. With that, I think I made 3 posts, and with that, I think it should be done. Now we are done with our HTML structure. So this will be our HTML structure that will be used to style. So here I said I would just comment this. We can see our navbar. Now let's actually start to style our div. So here we were on profile pic small. And from here, we'll start our main content styling. Let's mess up the spelling again. Great. Okay, so the first is obviously the main container. Just like that. After the main container, what we do is put margin top. We'll put, let's say 56 pixels. After that, what we do is display flex. And we'll put a min height of calc. We'll let it calculate of 100 bh minus 56 pixels. There we go. With that, the post and the left sidebar is separated. Now next is the left sidebar styling. So I'm going to put a thing left sidebar, just like that. It was not getting commented. That was weird, but okay, it worked. The next is left sidebar. Let's style that. So this will have a width of 360 pixels. It will also have a background color or background. Oops. Background of perfect white. So is there a perfect white color? There isn't. So we'll do. Oh, there is. Okay. This will also have a padding of 20 pixel and 0. It will also have an overflow of Y to auto. This will have a position fixed. Position of fixed because it always has to be fixed on the left, like left-hand side, right? After that, it will also have a height of the same thing. So I'm just gonna copy this and paste here. This is basically the same thing. So there we go. The sense is fixed. We also have to fix the post, but we'll do it just in a bit. Till now, it does look good. After that is the sidebar header. The sidebar header has a padding of 0 and a 20 pixel. Also a margin bottom. You guys again can't see anything, of 20 pixels. Also has the sidebar title container. What do is do display flex and also do align item center. Also do justify content center. not center, space between, and also do margin bottom 16 pixels. Or you can put 1 rem, but I'm going to put 16 pixels. What? Okay, I'm going to restart. Okay. For some reason, icons disappeared. That was weird. So here is the sidebar title, right? We have made the align center and display. So this thing right here that actually did work. So here is the sidebar title. So this will have a font size of 24 pixels. We're also having a font weight of 700 because it has to be kind of bold because it's a title, am I right? And this will also have a color of 1C, 1E, and 2-1. There we go. I'm gonna try putting like really low font weight, and this becomes really bad. Oh my god. Okay. The next is the settings icon. We'll do dot settings icon. So here this will have a width of 36 pixels. This is basically this icon. Right now it's really small, so I'm gonna fix that. This will fix it. Also have a background of E4, E6, and EA. And also do a border radius 50%. Also do display flex, and also do right now it's stuck on the left corner. We do align item center and justify content center. That should fix that. And also do color. What I'm gonna do is this color right here, because it's kind of black, and pointer, it should be black. Also have a cursor of pointer, and also have a transition of, what should it transition, like background, I guess. It will have a slight background change with a transition of background 0.2 second. Also have a font size of 16 pixels. Now you have to make this for hover, because they've put transition there, so we have to say we have to, tell what to change there. And give a background color, or I'll just say background of DA, DA, and DF. Now if you hover around that, it should be a little darker, just like that. Now that is grouped, that is styled. Now is for the sidebar menus, right? I'm gonna put I'm gonna say sidebar menu. I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna do list style none, because there is a bunch of dots which I don't want. That should fix that. There you go. And next is the individual lists. I'm gonna do sidebar menu li. This will basically style all of the list, because this right here is a list. So here, this will have a margin bottom. This will have a margin bottom of 4 pixels. Also for the sidebar menu, for the anchor tags, what I'm going to do is put display flex and do align items center. Also do gap of 12 pixels. Also do padding of 8 pixels with 20 pixels. Also have a color of 1C, 1E, 2-1. Also have text decoration set to none. Also have a font size of 15 pixels, and also have a font weight of 500. Also have a transition of background of 0.2 seconds. Also have a border radius of 8 pixels and margin to 0 and 12 pixels. There we go. That should be fine. Yep. There we go. Now for the sidebar menu hover, I'm just gonna do that. Paste that. I'm gonna say hover. And here I'll change the background to the same color, which is this one right there. So there we go. So next is I'm gonna put this to active because you did put one to active if you remember correctly. What I'm just gonna do dot active here. And put the background color, not background color. If you change the background color, it'll just change the thing because we don't want that. This will have a background color of E7, F3, and F. There we go. So this is kind of selected. I also have a color of 1877F2. There we go. So it kind of looks like it's getting selected with the Facebook theme. So next is the same sidebar menu, but for the input tag, which is this thing right here. What I'm going to do is make the width to 20 pixels, also give it text align of center, and also have a font size of 16 pixels. There we go. That didn't do anything. I think I messed up something. Do is sidebar menu. You should see an input field somewhere. Okay. Give me a second. I think there's a mistake here. Okay. I don't think it's needed, but sure. How did I mess up? So there. Oh, I didn't. What? How did that go? I'm gonna do DADADF. There you go. And that should be good. Okay, let's continue to style. Next is sidebar menu I don't know what did I. Okay, and also put, there we go. And also have a font size of 16 pixels. I'm gonna change that. Okay, it should be good now. There we go. Now next is feed search. I'm gonna put that here. I'm gonna comment that. Next is feed search, which is this. What I'm gonna do is also here. What I'm gonna do is do dot feed search, which is the box. What I'm gonna do is put the padding to 0 and 20 pixels. Also have a margin bottom of 20 pixels, just like that, to match this. And now what I'm going to do is put the feed search box, which is that container right over there. What you'll do is do position relative, and we'll put width 100%, just like that. Our next is feed search box. Now for the styling input, what I'm going to do is put background color, the background color to this, and also have border to none, and also have border radius to 20 pixels. Also have padding to 8 pixel, 20 pixel, 8 pixels, and 32 pixels, just like that. Next is color. 102 is put that because right now the text color is really light. The width to 100%, having outline none. Also have a font size of 14 pixels. There we go. It's not positioned absolute, so here what I'm gonna do is, this is not styled, so before we style that, what I'm gonna do is also style the placeholder. It'll be search box, so this will be input while having a placeholder. So I'm basically styling the placeholder. What I'm gonna do is just change the text color to something like 65676p, like that. Now next is the, instead of that, what I'm gonna do is put I, so this is basically the thing, the search icon. What I'm gonna do is put the position to absolute and give left to 12 pixels and top 50%, and also give transform translate native 50%. Also give a color, color of, do we have this? 65616b, there we go. Also have a font size of 14 pixels. It's kind of not there, so yeah, we still have to tinker around a bit. We can put the top to a little bit less. There we go. We'll put more here. There we go. Now it looks good. After that is the group section. Just like that. And I'm gonna do margin top of 20 pixels. Also have a padding of 0 and 20 pixels. So this is the group section right there. Now for the header, we'll do groups section header, do display flex, and also do align item center. Also do justify content. We'll do between, and also give margin bottom to 8 pixels. There we go. Now next what I'm going to do is style the title, which is the group section h3, which is the actual title. We'll just change the font size to 17 pixels while having a font weight of 600. I also have a color of this one right there. There we go. Just checking if this is working. So it's not. So here what I'm going to do is check the group section. Let's put group section header. Now that it should work. Okay. I guess it's just group section then. So next is create group button. So what I'm going to do is do create group button. This is this plus sign right there. And do background none. and border none. Also give a color of this. That's working. And also have a cursor of pointer. Also have a font size of 20 pixels while having padding of 4 pixels. Also have border radius of 4 pixels, and also have a transition of background 0.2 seconds. There we go. Now create group button hover. What I'm going to do is just change the background to this. There we go. That should be fine. Our next is dot group item, so this will be all the items. I'm gonna do format document. Inside group, I'm gonna do is display flex, also do align item center, and also do gap of 12 pixels. Also have a padding of 8 pixels and 0. Also do cursor pointer. Oops. Cursor pointer, and also do transition, all 0.2 seconds. Also do border radius 8 pixels. There we go. Now here what I'm going to do is put group item hover. We need to change the size of the profile picture. We'll do it in a bit, don't worry. And next is changing that to that. Now is padding. I'm going to change the padding to 8 pixels. There we go. They'll have a smooth transition just like that. Now next is group avatar, which is the profile. So what I do is do group avatar and change the width to 36 pixels and height 36 pixels. If you do that, that should be small, just like that. So border radius, we're gonna put to, let's say, 8 pixels, and we'll do object fit cover. There we go. There we go, just like that. Now I think our left sidebar is done, but we still have to do a few things before. The next is flex. So we'll do group. We'll do group info, right? Do flex of 1. And put down here, and also have a group info h4. So h4, change this to that and that. We'll have a font size of 15 pixels, having a font weight of 500, but also having a color of 1C, 1E, 2, 1, and also have a margin bottom of 2 pixels. There we go. Just like that. The next is the paragraph. Do is group info P. The font size of 13 pixels and color. We'll do that. For the notification dot. Wait, we don't have notification dot. It's fine. I kept this from group info paragraph because sometimes, like, if I need to put any text under this, then I can just put it and just style it. So just let's leave it right there. If you put anything, like if you have to style it further in the next or upcoming video, then we can do it. Now next is the main content. So this will be our main post div. Do main content. Under this, what I'm going to do is do margin left 360 pixels because we have made this position fixed and it was under it, so we had to do margin left like that. We'll do flex 1 and also have a padding of 20 pixels. We'll have a max width of calc 100% minus 360 like that. It should be good. Now next is content wrapper. Remember, I used the content wrapper div to wrap everything, so that'll be styling that. This will have a width of 360 pixels with having a margin of 0 and auto, just like that. I'll put this so you guys can actually see what's happening. Sorry guys, I have a cold. With post, what I'm going to do is do dot post, so we are styling individual post. This will have a background of complete white, just like that. We'll have a border radius of 8 pixels. We're having a margin bottom of 20 pixels, with also having a box shadow of 0, 2 pixels, 4 pixels, RGBA, while having that. There we go. Okay, slowly but surely looking like that. Now next is post header. We'll do post header, we'll put padding to 16 pixels. We're also having display flex, align item center, gap of 8 pixels. Now next is post avatar. Does it look good? Yeah, the header is almost there, but kind of the content is kind of weird though. We'll fix it, don't worry. So for post avatar, the profile picture will have a width of 40 pixels, with also having a height of 40 pixels, but also having a border radius of 50% and a object fit to cover. Okay, that's good. Now next thing we have to see is the post author. We'll do post author, which is the thing with the flex one. There we go. That fixed the weird issue. After that is the post order h4. We're basically starting the text here. We'll have a font size of 15 pixel, also having a font weight of 600, and also having a margin bottom of 2 pixels. There we go. Now next is the post meta. We'll do font size, we'll do 13 pixels. Color, we'll do this again. I'll do display flex and align item center and a gap of 4 pixels. There we go. Right, next is post menu. Post menu, just like that. We'll have a width of 36 pixels, height of 36 pixels, Also having a border radius of 50% and display flex, align item center, justify content center. Also have a cursor pointer and a transition of background 0.2 pixels. We have to put the background, so this will be post menu hover. And just change the background to the same color. Now it should work. There we go. Now for the post content, what I'm gonna do is do padding 0, 16 pixel, and 16 pixels. There we go. And for the post image, we have to resize the width. And we'll do width 100%. There you go, that fixed it. Border radius of 8 pixels. We're also having a margin bottom of 12 pixels. There we go. Now all the posts look good. Even though they're just copy pasted, but you know. Now for the post actions, we'll do display flex and also do border top 1 pixel solid E4 EA like that. This will have a thing just like that. And after that, what I'm going to do is put post action. Do post action is the individual thing. What I'm going to do is this kind of long code. What I'm going to do is do flex 1. I'm going to do display flex here, align item center, and also do justify content center. Also do a gap of 8 pixels, do padding 8 pixels, also do a border radius of 6 pixels, also do cursor pointer, and do transition of background 0.2 seconds, and also do font size of 14 pixels while having a font weight of 500. Also have a color of that. There we go. Just like that. What I'm going to do is do post action hover. So this is for the hover effect. I'm going to do background and put the same here, just like that. And for the post action like we made, post action light effect, what I'm going to do is color. I'm going to change it to that. So all the things should change to like. So change that by putting like, but let's not do that. That's fine. Now with that, let's do slide media queries. We'll do that. I'm going to do max width for 768 pixels. Those are standards. I'm going to do left sidebar. I'm going to change the width to 100% and also have a position relative. I'm going to do height to auto. Now next is the main content. I'm going to change the main content to margin left. I'm going to change it to 0. Also having a max width of 100%. 100%. That is all the media queries will do. The next is we should be done. Next I want to change is this. Apparently I messed up the. Now while in content, the thing this thing right here should be right there, right? And what I'm gonna do is for all of these, I want to change it to above to stay above the image, just like that. I'll give a slight margin bottom. Just like that. I'm going to do format document and come here, see what is getting affected. So here we have to change a little bit of margin bottom for the post image. After the post image, I'm going to put this margin come to post image and Control X this and put it on the paragraph tag. Where's the paragraph tag? Here, what I'm going to do is do post text. Do post text and put it right there, and we should be fine. So with that, I think our groups page is done. So it came out looking pretty dead on in my opinion. Okay, there, I see a small mistake I did. What I'm gonna do here is here. What I'm gonna do is here in the groups join div, right? All of the groups div. There's no margin, which again doesn't really make sense, but it's still a thing. So what I'm gonna do here is do inspect. Not supposed to do that. I'm gonna change that to here. I'll select this tool, and here groups section. Find groups section and give a margin left. Well, what should be the margin for that? So here what I'm going to do is give margin, let's say a guess of 20 pixels. Let's get a margin inline of, okay, give me a second, guys. Oh, I was giving margin to the wrong thing. Oops. There we go. Group item. And what is the group text for the groups joined? So give it a class saying groups joined text. And I copy this. Or what is this? Groups joined text, but also having a button, right? This is a groups joined header. Groups section header. I don't need that in group section header. What I'm gonna do, also give a margin inline of, how much was it? 2 pixels. There we go. Now with that, I think our thing concluded. So this was the thing we made. I think it came out looking pretty good. And yeah, that's it for today's stream, guys. If you enjoyed me coding or possibly you coded alongside with me, then hit the like button of the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And with that said, I'll see you guys in another stream or video. Bye bye.